Howdy, with this video, I want to go over the final exam, make sure we're all on the same page there. To go over the schedule real quickly, hopefully everybody's getting the third post in tonight. I'm doing this video on Tuesday, April 28th. But the essay number 5 is due, particularly that third post. Also, it might be too late by the time you hear this, but make sure you go back and correct any English and grammar errors you might have seen in your first two posts. English counts on this one, so make sure your English is good. The final exam's up on the content page. We'll go over that here in a second. For Friday, May 1st, nothing's really due unless you have some late work you need to turn in. Friday the 1st is the last day to do that. If it comes in after that, we'll see. I'll try and get it graded. But if I can't, we may have to work with an incomplete or something like that. But that's not the end of the world either. But the final exam's due on Tuesday, May 5th. Then you'll be waiting for me to grade those final exams. I'll try and have them done by Friday so you can review your grades. Let me know if there's any problems before I submit those to Northeast State. Again, the final exam is up there on the content page under final exam. You're going to see 3 different versions. They're all exactly the same. I'm giving you a couple exercises to do that I want you to copy and paste into your response for the final exam. So it's there in the Word document, it's there in PDF. It's also there in rich text format. Some students have trouble opening Word documents. Generally, rich text format works. If none of these work, so you can copy and paste into your final exam responses, be sure and let me know. We'll try and figure something out. But hopefully that's worked out. It's been working well so far this semester. I'm going to open the final exam here. Read the guidelines carefully. The response is due by midnight on Tuesday, May 5th. Should be submitted as a Word document so I can comment on them. Please don't send them as PDF. That's going to be some interesting reformatting sometimes if we do that. So it should be a Word document. You're completing the questions using your own ideas. You'll quote from works that we've read this semester, but that's it. You should not be getting anything else off the internet or doing any other research. This should be your ideas in your final exam, right? Also, don't use works we have not read for this class this semester. Generally, that indicates somebody's plagiarizing something there. But you should be reading works we've read for this class. So no secondary sources. It's a good way to get a 0 on the final exam, which we don't want to deal with, right? And you're not sending this as in a draft form to me, so I won't be able to check that until you actually submit the final exam. So be very careful there. No internet research for this one. It should just be you, your computer, and hopefully your textbook. Now, if you have to go online to find one of the works we've read this semester, that's fine. But no research. You're completing the exam for me. I wrote the response paper prompts and things like that. I've read all the works. Please don't start summarizing the works word for word or repeating notes back to me. I've read the works. Just get into your analysis. Let me know what you're thinking. There's 3 questions. The first one's an essay question. Make sure you follow the 4-paragraph formatting precisely. We'll look at it here in a second. Be sure to quote from the works you discussed for support. But again, no other research other than that. And there's a class survey at the end. Make sure you answer all the questions. You don't have to have a passionate response to every question, but make sure you answer the question. There's 3 questions on the final. Question number 1's the essay question. That's the one you're going to be spending most of your time on. Make sure you follow that 4-paragraph format. Your first paragraph, I want you to come up with a good definition of good or worthwhile literature. What's that look like to you? Don't just say, well, I liked it, so it must be good, or I didn't like it, so it must be bad. I'm not a big William Faulkner fan, but he's won a Nobel Prize and pretty widely acclaimed as a great author. So, I kind of have to give it to him, right? It's like I may not read him for fun, but he's a really good writer, and his literature is really good as well. So even though I may not like it so much, you can still appreciate good literature, right? So just understanding something doesn't mean it's good, or not understanding it doesn't mean it's bad, obviously. That's kind of what I'm getting at there. Once you get your definition working, what are some of the components that you think good literature consists of? You might go back to our discussions of the literary movements. Did you like that kind of romantic, highly symbolic kind of stuff, or did you like the realist maybe a little bit more, where you kind of walked away knowing what the writer was trying to say? Do you like the complexity of the modernist or the the extreme fragmentation of the postmodernists. It's up to you. But don't just repeat the lecture notes. You want to kind of tell me what you think good literature looks like. Your thesis is going to relate your definition to 3 works that should be 2 works. I'll change that. 2 works we've read this semester. The second paragraph, you're going to discuss 1 work that matches your definition of good literature. Why does it match your definition? What did you like about it so much? And just kind of match it up to your definition that you established in the first paragraph. That paragraph should be at least 150 words. The third paragraph, I want you to discuss the work that doesn't quite match up, not one that totally fails. I don't want you just to pan a work because, in other words, in the student panning something I really, really like, right? I'm like, argh. But kind of find something that doesn't quite meet the bar you're setting in the first paragraph. You know, how's it go astray from your definition? Again, that paragraph should be at least 150 words. Your fourth paragraph should be a well-developed conclusion that does more than summarizes your essay. Please don't summarize what you just said. It's only 4 paragraphs. I can keep up. But kind of you might discuss the value of reading literature or studying literature in a class like this. You might pursue some kind of other line of thought that kind of comes up in your discussion. But don't just summarize your essay. Bring your essay to a good close. Kind of give us the big picture of what we're supposed to take away from your short essay there. All these paragraphs should be at least 150 words. But that's the essay question. It sounds kind of easy at first, but you're kind of like, well, wait a minute, what do I think of what good literature looks like, and why do I think that? So, you know, it'll hurt your brain a little bit, but hopefully it won't be too painful of an essay to write. Question number 2, quite a few people have been having trouble with apostrophes throughout the course. So I want to make sure before you leave that you can do apostrophes. So there's 5 sentences there. You should go through and make all the corrections to the apostrophes. I want you just to copy and paste this into your response for question number 1, right after that essay should be these apostrophe exercises. Make sure you fix all the errors in those sentences. Then the last question, again, I want you to copy and paste these right after the apostrophe exercises. If it doesn't maintain the exact same formatting, that's fine. As long as I can read it and see what you're doing there, we'll be okay. And there's some basic survey questions about the course. Were there enough discussion boards? Did you understand feedback on your essays? I spend a lot of time grading them, so if you just get them back and kind of go like, I don't know, that's not helpful for us, right? Is there something else I could be doing there? Is there something I could do with the YouTube videos? Is there another format that would work better for students? Is there anything else I can do for the videos to make them more interesting? And just kind of questions like that. And the last one is just a 50-word response, kind of talking about online courses in general. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. But that's the final exam. If you have questions as you're doing it, let me know. If you want to send me your thesis statement, that's fine. Just send it in the body of an email so I can reply pretty quickly. But that's about it. This may be the last video I do for this class. So be sure and let me know if you have any questions. And we'll talk to you later. Or we won't. Like I said, this may be the last video, so we'll see. But bye-bye.